Hey there, Bloomers and friends. Rev Kev coming to you from Bloom in the Desert Ministries, United Church of Christ, worldwide headquarters here in beautiful, almost downtown Palm Springs, California. I hope you're having a wonderful summer wherever you are, whether you're local here or whether you're in Maine or Washington or Minnesota or Vancouver or any of the other number of places where our beloved Bloom folks are when we're in the summertime. It is interesting that one of the ways that we appreciate very much the Bloom tubes that Russ produces each week is that it's a way for us to maintain relationships. And while it's a video relationship, it is a relationship that is a connection and authentic nonetheless. And so we really appreciate your tuning in, and we do really appreciate hearing from folks and all those pictures that we get every now and then from folks so that we can include those in Bloom Notes, and we can take the relationship that we're having here on the video and make it be even broader when it comes to the way in which we facilitate that through Bloom Notes with those on-the-road photos. So please do keep sending those in. Let's see what it's like where you are so that we can share that with our broader community. Thinking of relationships and geography, it is a delight and a blessing this past Sunday to have Earl Perry back in the Bloom congregation. He's back home now from Kosovo. His husband Eric is in training in Washington, D.C., getting ready to be deployed to Kabul, Afghanistan again for a year. But it is, Eric will be with us a little bit in a few weeks before he takes off for Kabul. But it sure, is great to have Earl back with us here at home where we can take care of him while, among all of his other friends, while Eric is away. But also from a standpoint of relationships, I just had the experience of connecting with an acquaintance of Mike's and mine from back in our Church Within a Church movement days, Diane DeLapp, a trans woman who she and her wife Jan have been married for 50 years. Diane was a part of the movement that helped start Church Within a Church movement that eventually was able to support Bloom in our very early days and move on. Well, it turns out that Jan and Diane were invited to speak at a National Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce event that's going to be happening over here in Palm Desert at the JW Marriott Resort later on in August. And they're going to be bringing their 50 years of experience together and sharing that with people from the National Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce movement. So she connected, and we're going to be able to get together later on. That's a relationship that's 15 years that has been going on, 14 since we've seen one another. But also then I was able to facilitate some relationships with the trans community here in the Palm Springs area, as well as possibly the Gay and Straight Alliance situation, as they may try to make some sort of connection as people who have experienced a lot to be able to offer some of their experience to some other people in our community and to be able to support their lives and establish relationships. So there's a way that another relationship happens in the church that is Bloom connected, but not entirely Bloom specific. But on the other situation here locally, another relationship development is the fact that Bloom has a relationship in the community, in the health community throughout Palm Springs. And so tomorrow, along with other faith leaders, I am part of a group here that is connected with Desert Regional Medical Center and Desert AIDS Project, as there is a faith leaders conference going on tomorrow morning to basically talk about how these two organizations can help faith leaders in our congregations with matters that are pertaining to diabetes, hypertension, and HIV. So it's been Bloom's 3-year now connection with Get Tested Coachella Valley, our relationship in the community. That makes it be that we've been a part of the development of this conference that's happening tomorrow, and is going to be having faith leaders from throughout the Coachella Valley participate, and also the fact that we can have those relationships for the benefit of Bloom as well. So this is a way in which we as a church are more than Sunday morning. It's also a way in which I, as your pastor, are more than just, that guy that stands up there on Sunday morning. So all of this is about the greater ministry that we do in God's creation here in the Coachella Valley, and we do it as a welcoming organization and giving the love of Christ, the love of God with people, and dealing with health and healing and wholeness, because that's a part of our whole ministry. Doing all of that as we build relationships. So as relationships go, it's always nice to see you. So we hope to see you on Sunday morning in worship this week. If you're not able to be with us in body, please be with us in spirit. And as always, please keep us in your prayers.